What's good, Bears fans? What's going on? And welcome back to the show. I am your host, Brent C. And we here at BearsMediaCo, we appreciate you sticking around with us. Now, it's a Friday, and we're heading into the weekend, and we're getting ready for some college football. And look, with the Chicago Bears, with the top two picks as of right now for next year's draft, I got a couple games that I want you to watch, and maybe some future Chicago Bears will be playing this weekend. Now, before we get started, as always, don't forget, help your boy out, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and then leave a comment for the algorithm, because you know we got to get you in. So, with that being said, let's get it started. So, first game up, probably the most important game, in my opinion, that you should be watching this weekend, Ohio State versus Penn State. Now, in this game, you're looking at maybe 4 to 5 draft eligible players, and the Bears most definitely need to be looking for these guys. One of the players that we should be looking at, first and foremost, from Penn State, that left tackle, Alu Bashano. Now, this guy, I've watched almost every game. I think I only missed one game. He looks so smooth and is a big guy at 6'6", 312. Now, the Bears, we currently have, Braxton Jones should be our starter, as well as Larry Borum, who is currently starting in Braxton's place while he's injured. So, you know as well as I do, that is not a good combination right there, especially with Larry Borum over the last couple weeks. That guy can't stay with nobody. So let me just emphasize that Penn State's Alu Fashano, that should be one of our top picks in the 2024 NFL Draft. Now, on the other side, what should we be looking for? Penn State, they have 3 dynamic pass rushers over there. First and foremost, we're going to look at Chop Robinson. Now, Chop, this guy is a 6'3", 250-pound defensive end who can play on either side of the defensive line. Now, so far in 2023, he has 3 sacks. Now, that's not a whole lot, but main thing that you need to be looking at, how well does he get to the quarterback? Well, this guy so far, 24 pressures on the quarterback, which is pretty darn good, considering that, in the NFL right now, Chase Young has over 32 pressures on the quarterback, and we just played them and smacked them around pretty much. Now, that's not to say, as we get ready to play the Las Vegas Raiders, that we're going to smack them around, but over there at Penn State, Chop Robinson is a guy that we need to be looking at for next year's draft, so we can have more pass rushers for our Bears team. Now, on the opposite side of Chop Robinson, we have Adisa Isaac. Now, this guy right here, I like especially at 6'3", 245 pounds. Now, he is lightning off the edge. Now, he's a little light at 245 to be a defensive end, but on pass rushing situations, especially in the NFL where the pass rush is everything. Now, Mr. Isaac, he can play on either side of the defensive line as well. But here we go. Pressure-wise, 57 pressures so far this year on opposing teams' quarterbacks. Now, that is amazing to me. For a college kid, getting after the quarterback, as well as lending a hand and stopping the run, that is pretty dynamic. Now, crazy enough, Chop Robinson is the higher rated defensive end. So, hey, one or the other, we can get one of them, hopefully, that could help our pass rush. Because as you know, I believe the Bears, as a team, have 6 sacks altogether. Not really good when you look at that, Khalil Mack, one of our old defensive ends, has 6.5 sacks on the year. So as a team, we have 6. As an individual, Khalil Mack has 6. Now, granted, 4 of those came a couple weeks ago, but still, we need pass rush. And this game against Ohio State, Penn State is throwing out 2 very good pass rushers. Now, over there at Ohio State, we can look at guys on either side of the ball. But I'm going to start with the offensive side. And first off, the left guard, Donovan Jackson. Now, as you guys been following me a little bit early on in the season, I was one of the first to say that, hey, the left guard is going to be a need for us. And it's already rearing its ugly head. Now, Tevin Jenkins, our starter, missed the first 4 weeks because of calf injury. So Donovan Jackson probably going to be a good need for our Bears in the future. Now look, as I said before, Tevin Jenkins, love the guy, but he can't stay healthy. We need availability to our offensive line for the Chicago Bears. Hopefully all the injuries are past them, but you never know. So Donovan Jackson, left guard of Ohio State, be looking out for him this weekend as we watch a little bit of college football before our Bears take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, also on an Ohio State offensive line, the right guard, Matt Jones. Now, this is a 5th-year senior, dynamic guy, 6'4", 325 pounds. Hey, someone that can definitely provide a little depth for our Chicago Bears. Now, you know, Nate Davis, our starter, he's out again. After missing a couple games early in the season because of a death in his family, he's out again with an ankle sprain. So, injuries continue to pile up for our Chicago Bears, but I believe if we can look at some good offensive line coming out, maybe we can, get rid of some of that injury risk. Get some younger guys that have not been injured in college as of yet. Let me say that. But someone who can come in and possibly, maybe even back up Ja'Tyre Carter, who is currently our backup to Nate Davis. So if Nate Davis, the injuries continue to pile up, hey, let's get another young guy in there to possibly take his spot. Now, someone else that I'm sure most of you know, and most of you do love, including me, is Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver for Ohio State. Now, number 18, he is a dynamic pass catcher. Whew! Him and whoever is coaching the Chicago Bears in 2024, if we can get this guy, hey, that guy is going to flourish, hopefully, with our quarterback. And whoever our offensive coordinator is, they're going to start establishing with DJ Moore one of the best quarterback to wide receiver tandems in the league. All right? Now, also, another wide receiver for Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. Now, this guy right here is a favorite of mine. So, this guy at 6'1", 205, dynamic pass catcher, great yards after catch. Hey, someone we can use and someone we definitely going to need since we're only going to have 3 wide receivers after this year under contract. So, between Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka, 2 wide receivers that I think that, hey, after we get our left tackle, we can definitely add to this team and make our offense run on all cylinders. So, Bears fans, let's look at that defensive side of that Ohio State football team. Now, first and foremost, defensive end, JT, I'm going to get it wrong, Tui Malau. Now, this guy, standing at 6'4", 270 pounds, great dynamic defensive end. Not much on the pass rush, but when it comes to holding the edge, he is definitely that guy. Powerful dude, could get plenty of push, whether it's a left tackle, tight end, whoever they got in front of him. He can apply pressure. Now, is he as dynamic as the Penn State defensive ends? I think it's a wash on that one. He's definitely more powerful, and he's definitely got more size than the two on the Penn State side. But as far as sack totals and things like that, he doesn't really have it. I do believe he has 2 sacks on the year, playing mostly part-time. So I'm not sure what exactly we're going to get there. But when against the run, oh yeah, he's definitely there for it. So, also, cornerback. Now, Ohio State cornerback Denzel Burke. Now, he is a guy who reminds me of our rookie this year, Tyreek Stevenson. Now, he's a physical corner, might be a penalty machine when he gets to the league, but in coverage, he is definitely solid. I'll give him that. He's definitely solid. So, someone to look out for. Now, he's got good size, 6 foot, 200 pounds. Unfortunately, on a few games, he has looked a little soft in coverage. Let's just say that. He has gotten burned a couple times, and not sure if it's just lack of concentration or looking for the big play, but he has allowed some guys to catch the ball and basically get around him and get some yards after catch. So that's something that's going to need to be watched, and definitely once he gets to the NFL, and he will get to the NFL, something that has to be coached out of him. So that's our first game that I hope you watch, Penn State versus Ohio State. Now this number 2 game on the docket, it's a 3:30 game Eastern. That game, Minnesota at, who is that? Minnesota at Iowa. Now, not much talent on either side of the ball for either one of those teams, but on the Iowa side, Eric All, the all-around tight end, that reminds me of who we already have right now, our guy, Cole Kmet. Now, Mr. All, he's got about the same size. He's 6'5", he's listed at 255, excuse me. Now, hopefully, and I've watched him, some of you might have seen him, he played in Michigan the first couple years, but because of injury, he went ahead and transferred out, went to Iowa, where he is 100% healthy. Now, he was supposed to be the number 2 tight end there at Iowa, but the other guy got hurt, so now he's the number 1 tight end over there. And so far, he's got the numbers to back it up. Now, Eric All, he has 21 receptions for 299 yards. And to go with that, 3 touchdowns. Now, as I said, he is definitely a carbon copy Cole Kmet, but he has a little bit more shake to him. As some of you may know, Cole Kmet, after he receives the ball, if there's someone close to him, that dude is just going to fall over and the play is over. But Eric All, he's a little bit more physical. He doesn't mind the contact. So that's a good thing. And hopefully, Chicago Bear for 2020. Now, over on the other side, for those Minnesota Golden Gophers, Tyler Nubin, a free safety, 6'1", 210 pounds, smooth mover, But one thing about it, he's a good tackler. Now, we all know that Eddie Jackson been injury prone over the last 3 years. So even though he has 1 more year left on his contract, it might be time to go ahead and move on from him and get younger at that position. Now, once again, Tyler Nubin, solid guy, good tackler. Unfortunately, unlike Eddie, he does not get a lot of interceptions. So, good tackler, not enough interceptions. It's a give and take. And of course, he could grow with good coaching. Hopefully, he can come in. And another thing, who knows who our coaching staff is going to be next year? Will Matt Eberflus continue to stay with the Bears? I don't know, but we shall see. Now, if you stuck with me so far, Bears fans, check this out. We will be back on Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders at 1 p.m. Eastern. So, if you or your friends watch the game and then you got something to say afterwards, come on back over here to the channel and leave a comment so we can talk about it. Now, with that, Bears fans, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I hope you have a great weekend. And as always, from me to you, peace.